it over? How is it over there in Perth?
I am so excited, Andy. I've been swept up by the excitement of the prelim over here at Optus Stadium, and I tell you what, I've smashed a few Swan lagers, and I woke up next to a quokka this morning, and the other good thing that I'm really, really excited about is that we have got the backbone of the West Coast Eagles. This bloke was there through that whole successive 90s. Can you please put your hands together for Glen Jakovich from the West Coast Eagles? Jacko.
Hi, Kitty. Welcome to WA.
Mate, do you still get tingles, Jacko, when you rock up here? You've played in a few prelims yourself. How does it feel when you rock up to a game like this?
Particularly with this new stadium, 60,000 people. I mean, it's now or never. You've got Collingwood and Richmond tomorrow night, and then less than 48 hours, they're going to have 60-odd thousand people here and 58,000 West Coast supporters, and I believe there's 2,000 Melbourne supporters coming over the Nullarbor in their Range Rovers, so it's going to be a nice, comfortable ride for them. We're going to leave the welcome mat open for them, and we've got a little seat for Neil Mitchell. He's been potting us all the way from Melbourne, so we're ready and waiting for him.
He's going to knock your block off, Neil, and you don't want to mess with the Jakovich, that's for sure. All right, let's talk about this. A couple of weeks ago on the front bar, your brother Alan was on the show, and he was having a couple of pot shots at you. This is your right of reply. Do you want to look down the barrel of the lens? What do you want to say to Alan?
Well, I've been living for this for 25 years because I've had a footy career, and at times people come up to you and ask about your career, playing the premiership. Nothing, donuts, nothing about me. But they always say, I remember that day at the MCG, your brother kicked 6 and he planted that big kiss on your forehead, you know. So I've had to live with that for 25 years. I'm settling it here tonight.
Well, you know what? You want to settle it tonight because we do have your brother Alan Jakovich, everybody! Hi, boys. This is awesome. Do you know how excited I am? And can I just say this? Is this the first time you boys have been interviewed together, apart from the South Fremantle Police Station? But is this the first time you've been together?
No, I think back in '90, state game in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? This is a good opportunity, Alan. While you're both here, this could be a good counselling session. What do you think? What did you think of each other as individual players? Let's start with you, Alan. What did you think of Glen as a player?
Slow, soft, and too sympathetic to forwards.
Right, okay, yeah. And what did you think of Alan as a player, Glen?
Yeah, really love full forwards, prima donnas, self-centred, and always in the mirror before the game, so having a look at himself.
Let's talk about that one moment, and you showed this a few weeks ago, guys. This was the clash between the Jakovich brothers. We got the vision here. This was the kiss. I want to know what was going through your mind, Alan, when you planted your lips on your brother.
That Exorcist movie, mate. That, what he was saying on the mark there, I just had to kick it. And
was he having a crack at you about your mum? Is that correct?
Yeah, and I was having a crack back about his mum too. So Jimmy Steins couldn't work it out, poor bugger.
Glenn, what was going through your mind when he planted his lips on you?
Well, I wanted to belt him there and then, but our dear mother was in the stand, so. As I mentioned before, I think I'd played 5 previous games and I'd won the 5, so I let him have 1. So, but I've been waiting for 25 years, and just as a precursor to this weekend's game, it was a big game at the MCG that day. Yep. Well, 25 years later, we're going to have a big game here in 48 hours.
Go D's.
And I've worked it out. That day there was a full forward to kick 6. There's going to be a full forward here. It's going to kick 6. Yeah. Josh Kennedy's just finding his feet. I think Sam Frost is going to stand on the mark in the last quarter like I did, and he's going to kick the sealer, and then I'm going to chase my brother and I'm going to find where he is, but he would have bolted by then. So West Coast by 3 goals. And
there it is!
He can live with that for the next 25 years, and I kissed him on TV.
Well, Glenn, while I've got you in a good mood, can I also bring up another moment? I don't know if you remember this. It was the year 2000, round 2, Sydney versus West Coast, and there was an emerging forward for the Sydney Swans by the name of Ryan Fitzgerald, one-on-one in the square with Glen Jakovich, and he bloody out-muscled him. We've got the vision here.
Ahmed kicks inside the 50. Fitzgerald. Oh, that is very good. Body to body with Jakovich, and he outstrengthed him. This is an exciting talent. Make no mistake about that. Ryan Fitzgerald.
Outstrengthed him. Too strong.
So, So we outstrengthed him. That was too strong. And can you remember that moment? Can you remember round 2?
Negative.
Negative. Well, that's great because I have packaged it, I have framed it, and I'm going to pass it over to you now, Glenn. There you go. Fitzy versus Jakovich. There it is. There it is. Actually, you know what? We're all in a great mood right now. How would you feel? How would you feel if we recreated that moment one-on-one? Alan, you've got the ball. Would you kick it up to us?
Let's do it.
All right. Do you want to do that one-on-one?
One-on-one?
Me and you one-on-one.
This is going to end ugly for one person.
Andy, we haven't planned this. What I'll do, I'll throw back to you, Andy. Come back to us in 5 minutes' time, and we're going to do the one-on-one. Jakovich, Fitzgerald, in the square.
Good luck with that, 50. So we'll get back to them as soon as we have word back from Perth that has been done.
We've had a couple of technical difficulties over here. I don't think we're going to be able to do the one-on-one. And the other thing as well is that the Jakovich brothers are beating the shit out of each other at the moment in the background. It's just, guys, I told you we should have gone with the Materas. We should have gone with the Materas, not the Jakovich brothers. Anyway, it's a disaster. Back to you guys in the studio.
Wow. Yeah, he's right.